Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Sweet Home Life. Thought I'd give you a little update on our vegetable garden. It's the 1st of June and we're going to do a little walkthrough and I'll show you what's going on. Stay tuned. So we'll start where we started. There's our tomatoes. Haven't gotten a tomato off of them yet, but they're looking good. There's our baskets. You can see how well these things are holding. And there's our tomatoes. I don't know if you can see them or not. In there, just in there peeping and hiding. Got a pretty good looking crop coming on. So far, not too bad on the bugs. I do think I have a little, I forget what this is called, some sort of flies that get on them and get up under the leaves. I'm going to have to spray them with something. I don't like to spray. That's one thing I don't like to do, is use poisons. I think these days it seems like we're almost forced into it. And I guess you would be wise to find out the safest kind for your garden and for your food source. But there's these baskets. Yeah, you can see those are really good. In case you don't have any of those, you need to try to get you some. Those are kind of like a one and done. They'll last a lifetime. So there's something going on. That doesn't look like much. But anyway, they've been larger, but they're doing good. Now, you know, I told you about that compost. That's all I did is heap everything up on the side, heap it up around the tomatoes, the roots. And see, I dug that little trench, and that trench tends to collect water. And even having to put water on it, I'll start the trench up there and it goes right down by the tomato plants, and that's a pretty good little trick in case you haven't tried that. There's my bell peppers. Yes, I did have a bell pepper on here. There it is. It's about time to pick. So I know somebody be happy. Yeah, they're all looking good. And no, we haven't picked anything yet. Normally mid-June is the time we start picking tomatoes, usually here. I picked 3 or 4 squash yesterday. These yeah, I don't know if these are those are good squash. I mean, it's just like we've been traveling quite a bit, as you know. We don't sit here at home very much, and we have other interests, and I've let the grass kind of grow in the middle. I've been trying to keep it off the plants, but I need to run the tiller up and down these rows. But it is what it is, guys. And you know, if you'll keep the weeds off the plants, they tend to do better. Definitely keep the weeds out from the roots because they suck a lot of energy off those plants. I've seen that in the past. And here's the watermelons. They're just coming up. Watermelons, cantaloupe. I have never raised watermelon and cantaloupe, so that'll be the first time ever. And here is the cucumbers. And there's that little trick I learned from the bushcrafters. And that's what you do with your cuttings from your crepe myrtle. Let them run up and trellis up those limbs that you cut off there when you did that crepe myrtle. Nothing goes to waste. We try not to waste anything. And they're blooming nicely. And I think they have maybe some small. We haven't picked a cucumber yet. Don't know that I see any. And you know, I worry about our things being pollinated. I worry about our bees. We've got a few in there, but I think it could be a pollination issue this year. I'm hearing some things that don't sound real good, but we just gonna trust in God to take care of us. He hasn't let us down yet. There you go, guys. There is a little bitty one. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. See that little bitty one coming on right there where the bloom is? But yeah, they're looking good. I don't know when we might expect some cucumbers off these. We're gathering up our stuff for our canning. We have some jars we use every year, and we have our lids. I think we've got enough. But those things are getting hard to find too. Spices. Yeah, like pickling spice. I remember last year I tried to find some mustard seed, I think it was. Couldn't find them anywhere. I think Glenda had to substitute something else for mustard seeds. That's crazy, but that's just the way things are going these days. And I had to, the beans really look good since I put that basic slag in here a couple of years back. All of them had a very good stand of everything, and these were some I had to go back and replant. But yeah, there's the beans. Look like they may be getting ready to bloom. Yeah. But yeah, there's some bugs of some sort, I guess. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Like I say, I try not to spray. I use any kind of spray very sparingly. Sometimes none at all. I think sometimes it's better not to have stuff than it is to put a bunch of poison out on the ground. But anyway, yeah, I know. I do have a problem with this garden. Well, let me back up. Let's talk about these. These are beans, pink eye purple hulls, I think, and those are a different kind of bean too. I think those are maybe bunch beans, green bunch beans, which means they don't run very much. These will run some, but they don't run a lot. These in this row here, like the pink eye purple hulls. I see they're blooming, guys. There's a little bitty bloom on them. Yeah, right there. So yeah, I think we may have some for too long. Some beans coming on. But anyway, yeah, everything's looking good. Planted some spices over here. Some herbs, I beg your pardon, herbs. Dill weed. I've had to plant this stuff twice. I think it burned up and under here, and I put this little shade cloth on. Dill weeds, another spice in here. I don't even remember. I got them right there in the bag where I planted them, the seeds. But these that don't have anything in them are not planted. Yeah, the garden's looking good. I got some tape up down at the end of some tape up down there. I'm trying to get this thing to zoom. Maybe, guys, when we reach that 1 million subscriber, we'll buy a new camera. But yeah, we need your help subscribing. That really helps us to buy what we need to give you a better experience here. And there's some of the stuff that came up from last year for some of our house plants. But anyway, I wanted you to see this. These tomato plants here, I pinched these off, and I think I put some root tone in there and stuck them down in these cups and kept them watered. I think those things can go out. It's just any time now. I'm gonna let them grow just a little longer, so as long as they're doing good in the greenhouse. But yeah, half of these plants, I only bought 2 plants in this bed, just 2, and that was these 2 on the end. These are the miniature tomatoes. I don't know what brand. I don't know if they're grape tomatoes or I call them all tomatoes, salad tomatoes. But those are little salad. Those are coming out of the cage, and they got plenty of blooms on them. I'm still yet to get a tomato off of either one. But these tomatoes, that one and as well as those were actually volunteers from last year. And see, they caught up with the others. There may be a couple of weeks behind them. But yeah, take a chance on that stuff, guys. You're not going to lose on it. Worst thing you can do is have a little later crop than normal. But that's always worked for me. I don't like to throw that stuff away. And yeah, my compost seems like it's doing a good job. it's bringing this stuff on out. And we did water this with some fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. We had some on there other than the triple 13 I put on there when we planted them. And I put just a light coat of triple 13 later on. I have not fertilized these at all. But I did put a little that liquid fertilizer on there when I watered them a couple of times. And I did put it on here about 3 times trying to get these strawberries to come back out. But yeah, we haven't had any strawberries. I got a feeling these things didn't do well and they're having to revive themselves. So we've kind of pinched those blooms off as we go, where the plants will be a little more healthy. And all this is our herbs and stuff that'll come on up, and there's basil coming up in that pot. All these impatiens came on out from last year. So anyway, I'll give you a little shot over here. Of course, that's our mint. That mint's kind of hardy. It's real hardy. I still say we need to put it in and put it in a warm place in the wintertime. There's Kitty some catnip. She hadn't had a chance to get in it yet. And I don't know what that stuff is. That's an herb there I planted. Coriander, one of those. And anyway, there's some more. And I started out with our snowball bush, or I forget what that's. I call it snowball. You know that, guys. But here's our crepe myrtles. And these volunteered from last year. So anyway, and that's where we at this year, guys. Where so far, there's the peonies. They never did do anything this year. That little drought and that heat really got on us. It started like I said, it got up to 97 degrees in May. I have never seen it get that hot, not to my knowledge. There's another blue snowball bush. And there's this snowball bush. It gets a little bit too much sun. But these colors are different basically because of the iron in the soil. See, this one tends to be a little pink. That iron will make them pink. Typically they're blue or white, but yeah. So anyway, guys, just been working around here. Things have been kind of busy for us, and we haven't really had you guys out here. So just keeping things up. So anyway, I guess I'll end this thing here. Probably been on it longer than we need to, but we do appreciate each and every subscribers. Our channel is still growing. We need to get that subscriber count on up where we can be known by others and seen on YouTube. I think they're starting to share our videos on YouTube now, making them a little bit easier to find, but still people having problems finding this channel. If you would do a little chat with them here and there and see where you can help them, because we run across that channel problem a lot. But thank you for watching. Our views are really coming up on our channel, and we do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a good day. Thank you. And you have a good crop this year. Hope you are very fruitful in whatever efforts you have. Thank you, guys.
Okay, we got our lunch plated up, and it looks delicious. Got us that squash from the garden, cornbread, pinto beans, and a slice of onion. Thank you for watching. Also, I have these preserves I'm going to try with my cornbread. It's Candied strawberry jalapeno preserves. So I'm going to check those out. I know they're good with biscuits. I've already had some. So thank you for watching Our Sweet Home Life.